TV is Indiana's education station. Early voting is underway for Indiana's May primary. For Marion County voters, a $410 million IPS referendum is on the ballot. It's for capital improvements to 23 buildings as part of the Rebuilding Stronger plan. IPS Superintendent Dr. Alicia Johnson is back with us this morning. We saw you not too long ago in February. Since then, you've been out canvassing, promoting, and educating about this referendum. How have you been selling it?
Yes, and thank you so much for having me this morning. We've been very, very busy out talking with our community about the referendum and really just trying to make sure our voters understand what we are asking for, how it will benefit our students, and why it's an important investment to make into Indianapolis Public Schools.
So why is it an important investment?
Well, when we think about what we know about our facilities, which is about 30% of them being rated as not being in great condition, and we think about the number of years it's been since we've done significant renovations, we just believe our students deserve to be able to learn in upgraded, modernized, warm, safe, and comfortable buildings. We know that impacts their ability to really be successful in the classroom. And so this referendum is about ensuring we can make major innovations to our facilities to support programming like the arts, like STEM, the other programming we're bringing online like Montessori and International Baccalaureate, so that when our students are going to school every day, they're in a building that reflects the value we have for them.
As you've been out talking to people within the community, what has the reception been?
It's been really positive. We've been to a number of neighborhood association meetings, our school PTA meetings. I've been to a number of churches across our community. And I think people really understand why the physical space our students learn in is so important, and they believe that our students deserve to be able to learn in those kinds of environments.
$410 million, that's a lot of money.
A lot.
And the burden is going to go on to taxpayers. How much and for who will this apply?
Sure. So that tax increase, which is about $3 per month for the homeowner of a median-priced home in our district, it's for IPS residents. So if you are a resident of the district, you will see that question on your ballot, and it will impact them over the term. Essentially, we have about 30 years to pay back the bonds, but what our district will do over the next 8 years is issue the bonds that allow us to do the construction. So our hope is within the next 8 years, every single elementary or middle school in Indianapolis Public Schools could be rated as good or better, meaning there's just routine maintenance needed moving forward.
And this this capital referendum is just half of what the Rebuilding Stronger plan had hoped for. There was another $400+ million in operating costs that you were hoping to implement. That was put on the back burner since the last time we spoke to you. Now you're saying that's probably phase 2 in the next several years. So once next week happens, if it passes, then are you going to focus on the next referendum then?
That's right. So we'll get to May 2nd, 8 days from now. Everyone, make sure you go out and vote. Yeah. We'll do that, and then we'll talk about implementation of the Rebuilding Stronger plan, because we know we're going to continue to move forward with the plan as we have shared and gotten approved by our board. We know between now and 2026, we will need to come back to our community for the operating referendum. So we've got a little bit of time to determine exactly when we will make that request, but we know it will be within the next 3 years.
As far as costs of building these days, how have you factored in the cost of inflation and things that might get more expensive as time passes?
Well, I think we all have experienced the supply chain issues and complexities. That has not been anything different for schools and systems when it comes to construction. And so we know that the longer we wait, the higher the risk of prices increasing. So we believe that the time is now, but we've built in a little bit of buffer in our planning timeline in the event that we do run into any snags in terms of labor availability or supply chain concerns.
So once again, early voting is underway.
Yes.
May 2nd is the big day that you'll be watching closely, of course.
Yes.
If it passes on May 2nd and you get the answer that you're looking for, what's next?
Well, first is a big thank you to our community. We know that we're asking our residents to make an investment and to your point, to take on some of the support for our district to make sure to deliver for our students. So first will be a thank you message, a huge thank you message of appreciation to our residents for saying yes. And then next will be the work we do around Rebuilding Stronger. So the facilities is one part of that plan, but we have huge shifts in programming coming in the 24-25 school year, and so next year will really be a huge year to plan thoughtfully and intentionally for that transition. We are so excited about the experiences our kids will get to have.
Dr. Johnson, we appreciate your time this morning. To get a full rundown of all the proposed projects and the schools that they will be done at, you can go to wishtv.com and look for the story on the IPS referendum, and we've got a link. IPS has laid it all out very nicely for you. Again, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Kylie.